Well, first of all, congratulations on your performance in this movie. I just absolutely loved it. It totally moved me, and especially your performance. And first, I want to ask you: were you familiar with the book? Was it something that you had read or knew about before?
I did. I had read it actually a long time before the movie, the germ of the movie. Yeah, I read it a long time ago.
And what did you think about it?
I loved it. I mean, a friend of mine called me up and he said, "I don't think they wrote this for us, but it's a great book I just read." And so I picked it up, and I thought. I loved it because I thought she was really hard on herself and not, you know, she didn't say, you know, poor me. It was, what's the matter with me? What's wrong with this? You know, so.
Yeah, exactly. And why do you think it has struck a chord with so many people all over the world?
Because I think everybody's searching, looking, trying to figure out who they are, trying to live their lives in a more productive way. And I think it's just one more. You know, it may be an answer for a lot of people.
And you get to play, you know, this guy Richard from Texas, and you know, he's a real guy. Was a real guy. Is that more of a challenge for you when you get to play somebody or is it more pressure on you that you want to do right?
A little bit, yeah. There is pressure, I think. I mean, it's because you're not him, you know, and you don't want to disappoint him and the people who know him. So yeah, there is, and I sometimes don't like to talk to the real guys because it just like makes my head explode because I say I can't do this. But Ryan said you should call him, you should talk to him because he's really interesting. And I saw him on Oprah,
yeah,
and I heard what he sounded like and I saw what he looked like. But I called him and I called him up and he knew I was calling. I said, "This is Richard Jenkins." He goes, "Oh." I said, "Can you talk?" He goes, "Well, I'm grilling for my family right now. Could you call me back in about an hour?" So yeah.
And he didn't invite you over?
Well, he was in Texas. I was
still, you could have flown over.
I was in Rhode Island. But I called him back and we talked for an hour, and he was just so amazing.
Yeah. He seemed like a really amazing,
incredible guy. You know, he'd seen it all. Said
turned her around big time.
Well, I said to him, why were you so hard on her? He said, she could give it as good as she got. And he said, and I knew she could take it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then you get to work with the lovely Julia Roberts. And I have to say, I think this is one of her best performances, really. She's so mature. And you can see that she's just grown into her age and her, you know, she just lived this character. Yep. And the scene that the two of you had, I don't want to give it away for people who don't know the story, but, you know, I just couldn't stop crying for that whole time. What was it like working with her?
It was... I think sublime is a good word. It was sublime. She was amazing, giving, open, available, funny. You know, she was great. I mean, it's one of the reasons I did the movie was to work with her.
Yeah. And why was Ryan Murphy the right guy to direct this?
Well, you know, there are projects and there are people that should be doing them and people who shouldn't. And Ryan should have been doing this. I mean, he knows this subject matter, this book, backwards and forwards. He knew it better than any of us, and he's a great writer too. He's a great rewriter. Yeah. He rewrites stuff that's just, you think, Ryan, that's really good.
He is good. He is so talented. I'm a huge gleek, so I can't even tell you.
I know.
We had an online contest, and one of the questions that we chose to ask everybody was, have you ever gone through an experience that helped you find yourself and connect better with people around you?
Yeah, absolutely. You're humbled in your life quite often. Sometimes that's a wake-up call. I can't think of anything specific right now. It seems like every day I get hit in the head with something. But yeah, maybe it's something your child says to you, and you didn't realize it about yourself. Or maybe it's something a friend says to you, and you know, you can either shut it off or you can kind of take it in and see if it fits, and which is what Elizabeth Gilbert does in this book and in the movie. I mean, she, like this guy, is hard on her, but she takes it and grows.
Absolutely. Well, you're fantastic in it, as you are in everything. And
Thank you.
And the 3,000 more movies I think you have coming out. In
2,850.
Okay, maybe I miscounted, but such a pleasure always to talk to you. Thank you so much.
It's great.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, everyone.
It's